Welcome to my very first YouTube video. My name is Kat, or Katherine D. Graham, and I'm a self-published fantasy author. This is Nyala. She's one of my 3 fur babies, and she's going to be joining me today and scratching on my head. I am so excited that you're joining me. This YouTube series and channel is all about my experience self-publishing a novel that I hope to come out in July of next year. And there are so many YouTube videos about do this, do that, but it doesn't show the person's real life experience. They just talk about their experience. So I want you guys to walk with me through this experience from where I am now, which is I have a written novel, and turning it into a self-published novel. How to build a marketing base, how to build a reader base when I have none of those things, and I have a minute social media presence. Everything that I go through on this journey, I hope to bring you guys with me through that. With that being said, the title of today's video, and this is going to be a short but open video, is Do I Really Want to Self-Publish? In this channel, you're going to see videos about things that I've already done with how-tos and stuff, of course, and I always want your comments, your feedback. Would you do it this way? Would you do it a different way? So this is my first open to you guys question. Do you think I should self-publish? For those of you who are new to the world of publishing, like I am, allow me to share a little bit of the results of my research for you. There are a few different ways you can try to publish your novel. The first is traditional publishing. I think this is every author's dream for their novel. They get an agent, they send that agent their book, their agent pitches their book to a self-publishing company, and they get a contract, and then boom, you're paid to write. Perfect scenario. Then there's hybrid publishing or small publishing, which I've learned is also called independent publishing, where the author will carry some of the cost, but the publisher maintains the majority of the cost, and then the publisher acts like a publisher does. They edit it, they get the cover, they market it, it gets put out, it's put out in their name. You get a bigger royalty with them than you would get with a traditional publisher, but you still get paid royalties, but you do have to put up some money on the front end. So that would be a hybrid or a small publisher or independent publisher. By the way, if I'm getting any of these terms right and you are watching this and you're an independent author, please feel free to put in the comments, hey, just so you know, you got that sort of a little off, because I know that the other viewers would like to see the correct information as well. I do not claim to be an expert quite yet on this. Then there are vanity presses and vanity publishers. That's sort of a negative connotation I've found. Those are publishers, I don't know that I would even really call them a publisher, except that their name does go on your book as the publisher and you use their ISBNs. Vanity publishers, you pay them for their fees, the fees to edit your book. And basically, it's like hiring a contractor to do all the work in assembling your book for you and organize things for you. They let you give your stamp of approval or whatnot. But in the end, you keep 100% of your royalties, because they set everything up for you. How successful you are with those vanity publishers really depends on you. And I'm going to get into a video after I do more research further on in this series about the different ones. But these are sort of the options on the table for me. And the last one is self-publishing, which is the route that right now I think I'm going to go. Self-publishing is where you get a book distributor like the Kindle Direct Publishing or Barnes & Noble Publishing or Ingram Sparks or a mix of those. Some people say Book Baby. I don't know enough about Book Baby to say, but you go with one of those distributors, you upload to that distributor, usually online, a completed file, and then they will print on demand for you as they get orders for your book. So you bear 100% of the cost, 100% of the work, 100% of the marketing, but you get 100% of the royalties. And I think that that is the route I'm going with, because I will get out of it what I put into it. I've done a lot of research on whether self-published authors can become traditionally published authors later, and the answer is definitely yes. 50 Shades of Grey is a perfect example of a series that went from self-published, free-to-read online to major seller. But basically, you do have the option to sell future books to a traditional publisher and occasionally even sign your self-published books to a traditional publisher, though it looks like that is rare. But I did read it does not hurt your chances of becoming a traditionally published author at some point if that's the route you decide to go later. So the way I look at it is self-publishing costs me less than the vanity publishing. It costs me less than the hybrid publishing. It takes me less work than the traditional publishing in a way, and way more work in another way. Less work in that I'm not pitching and I'm not selling my book to a company, but more work in that I'm organizing everything else. Oh goodness, there is a whole lot of that to do. I'll share that with you guys in a video or so. Right now, I think if I self-publish and it flops, then you know what, guys? I've self-published and I've shared that journey with you and I've learned something, and you guys will hopefully learn something, and I will move on to another type of publishing in a year or so for my next book. So that's where I am today. I'm really curious to hear, what have you done if you've already done it? What would you recommend? What would you never do again if you've done it? Have you done independent publishing? Have you done traditional publishing? Do you feel like what you got was worth the effort you paid for the vanity publisher and it cost you $7,000? Was it worth the $7,000 to have the time to write, and did you make a return on your investment? So that's just where I am today, a little bit about me, a little bit about what you can expect in this series. In the next few videos, I'm going to show you personally my launch of my self-publishing journey, and I hope that you will give this video a like if you're ready to jump into this journey with me, and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. Bye!